Hi guys, I'm back again today with another video, and today we are checking out educated American thinks he can school police in London. So before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button, and let's see what happened. Why this person thinks they can educate or school a police in another country that they're not from, and maybe they don't even know the laws in that country. But we'll see.
We've asked you to stay here
What's the
because
charges?
there's no charges.
Am I free to go?
Yo, what's going on, people? We are back with another one, and in today's episode, we're gonna see an American tourist challenge British police on the legality of the stop. You don't want to miss this, as this is gonna be informative, educational, and fun. Obviously, you know how the Americans are going to be, and you know how the British are going to be. So this is a
Actually,
match
I
made in
don't
heaven.
know. I
Let's
want
go.
to
There's gonna
know.
be more bobbies on the way. Let's do this. Like, comment, share.
I've asked you to stay
Am I free
here
to no?
because
Am I
you
free
can
to
be.
go?
No, not at the moment.
So am I being detained?
You've been detained here for the moment, yes,
On what grounds?
on the grounds that there's been a serious assault inside the premises
What does that have to do with us?
because you may be involved or you may be
Does
a
a person
witness.
does a person give you a description of whatever was involved?
A very vague description, and that's
Okay.
what we're trying to
There's a
find.
white guy and a black guy here. Do either one of us fit the description?
I think at this point you can tell what sort of interaction this is going to be. I mean, again, we have to understand that obviously in an ongoing investigation, where there's an investigation that's taking place currently, as these people were having a conversation, there are certain prerequisites that you have to understand and have to take on board, especially when it comes to an ongoing investigation.
The
You might be
description.
witnesses, though.
Eh?
You might be a witness.
I told you. I've already told you. I have not seen anything.
We need to make sure that is the case.
What?
He said there's a white guy and there's a black guy, so he's the black guy. So this already also is going to be a different experience compared to like American white person, right? This is gonna be totally different situation as well. So with that, when he said that, I was like, oh, I know what is gonna happen. Obviously, he's gonna be on guard. He's going to be defensive because it's different when you're black in America and you're interacting with police. So I get where he's coming from, but he's maybe he thinks police everywhere is like this. Maybe this is the trauma of growing up in America speaking.
I've already told you. I have not seen anything.
We need to make sure that is the case.
What the case is? I'm telling you, I haven't seen
Right, the
anything.
thing
This
is,
gentleman said he
until-
hasn't seen anything.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Now,
until
I'm.
we speak
What is
to
your name?
PC Hawkins.
And what is your name?
Lucy Jones,
Am I free to go?
being detained.
On what grounds?
On
I'm American, so I know.
Now, normally I don't really get involved in these sort of situations, but I have to on this occasion because I feel like the American person has this sort of vendetta, or this demeanor that sort of demands authority or demands respect, which is okay. I get that, but at the same time, you are in a foreign land, you are a tourist in a land, so you should try and understand what the people are telling you. The people.
Exactly, because some people, some foreigners, I think like when they travel somewhere, they can do whatever because they're foreign or because they're American. Uh, it doesn't mean anything. You're in a foreign country, you have to follow their rules. You came to their country willingly, so you must obey by their laws, right? You cannot just go to a country and do whatever you think you can or know you can. I mean, based on your laws. Um, it's like Vitali when he came to the Philippines. Like he thinks he can just do whatever he wants. Like it's good he came to the Philippines actually. Um, because I feel like the people here are less, I mean, like they're not gonna stand for your BS for sure. It depends which parts of the Philippines actually. It's good he was in Manila. Or if it was in other places, maybe his head will be gone before his uh whatever. Um so it's kind of good for him that he chose also the Philippines, because if it was other countries, I think he's not gonna end up in jail. He would have ended up probably hanging on a tree or something. So you have to be very careful when you're in other people's country. Okay, it's similar to if you're in someone's home, right? You can just do whatever you want. It's not your house. In America, if you're in someone's property, depends on the person, you can end up getting prop because it's your property, right? So be careful also in other countries that you go to. You do not know where you are, so you have to be extra careful. You cannot just running wild and crazy. Going back.
A tourist in the land, so you should, try and understand what the people are telling you, the people that are from the land, and do not expect them to go along by the laws or the jurisdiction that you have in your country. That's just nonsensical. That makes no sense.
On what grounds? Be careful what you say. On what grounds am I being detained for?
You've been explained enough times.
I'm going to get up and leave. Is there a reason why I cannot leave?
If you just bear with me a few
I
minutes,
don't want to
I'm
bear
gonna
because
go.
I don't want to bear with you until you told that guy to stop using his phone. That's why I'm.
Right, the concern I have, okay, is that for all I know.
Am I free to go?
No, listen a minute.
No,
I'm
don't
trying
forget
to
about all that.
explain.
Am I
I'm
free to
trying
go?
No, you've asked me. You've
Yes,
said,
ma'am.
You've
Am I free to go?
questioned about it, and I'm just explaining to
Am
you.
I free to go? Yes, I'm aware, totally aware. Am I free to go?
Let me
No.
answer the question.
Yeah, because you guys like.
They answered like a billion times, not a billion times. They said, no, you cannot go. And you keep asking the same question. Are you dumb or something? They said, no. I know where he's coming from still. I mean, I don't know exactly to T, but I know where he's coming from because this is like, you know, the American way. So seeing that perspective, I can see why he's doing it like this. But don't keep asking the question because they already said no.
Like I'm sitting here, I'm cooperating.
Again, I don't want to be that guy, but maybe I'm watching the wrong video because I'm not seeing the cooperation. Where is it? At what point did that happen? Or is it going to happen? I'm just a bit confused, but yeah, let's go.
But now, like you guys are pushing, you can't use the bathroom.
Hold on.
You know.
I've explained to you why you can't use the bathroom. You haven't let me explain yet why I was saying
No, you don't
about-
want. Now you're ready to explain because the video camera's on, ma'am.
No, I had already explained because it's on my video camera.
Okay, but
I had already
but your video
explained
camera only
why
gets
you don't-
used in case of an incident that needs to be reported.
No,
Okay.
not necessarily. It can be used for anything. It can be used
Okay,
for complaints or
exactly.
anything.
Exactly, a complaint. Exactly.
yes.
So if he complains, you have to pull that video camera up. If nobody complains, you don't need to pull it up. So I'm asking you, are we free to go?
All right, cool. Let's go. This guy is keeping me busy, but I don't mind. Let's do this. So, in the UK, if a police officer records you with his body cam, you can have access to that footage because you are a data subject and they are data handlers. So, according to GDPR policies and the new framework that's been put into place, you can have access to that content regardless of whether you're making a complaint, whether you are making a story, or whether you just want it for yourself. You can have access to that footage. Now, I'm not sure whether the same principles apply to a foreign national. So, in this case, an American. So, might have to look into that. But
Are we free to go?
Right, no. Are you going to let me
Are we being
explain
detained?
to you? Are you going to let me
No,
explain to you?
no. I'm just answering my questions. Are we free to go?
No, we've explained.
Why are we not free to go?
Because there's a crime that's been alleged that's happened in here.
Is there
We need-
descriptions of
we
the
need
people?
Time to get a fuller description.
Why are they even making it this hard? If they're not suspicious, if they didn't do anything wrong, they should just oblige with investigation. Like, what is he trying to do? Is he just trying to? I mean, it says educated American, educated, right? So maybe he's just trying to like act like he knows whatever. Like, you're just making things worse for everyone, for the investigation, for yourself, for everyone else. Like, if you didn't do anything wrong, just let them do their job. Now you're acting sus. Now I want to investigate you because you're acting sus. Are you the person who did the assaulting? Can I even say that word on YouTube? Like, what the fudge? Let me do my job, okay? Like, I can never be like a cop or like a lawyer or detective, because uh, like I cannot stand in court because I'll be like beating people's ass, literally. Like some people are so dumb.
I told you
There
we just.
may be other accomplices involved. There may be significant witnesses. Okay.
If I get
So
up and
for the
leave,
moment,
is there you gonna try to stop me from leaving? Is there any rules of saying that I cannot leave?
I would ask you.
You're asking me,
stay
but I don't
here.
want to stay anymore because I want to go. My headache is now subsided, and I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Right. Just bear
Am I
with
free to
me.
go?
Can you just wait one
Her
minute?
a side eye.
See what happens when someone's educated.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, where do we even start? Where do we start? I'm just gonna say two words. Dunning-Kruger.
Nothing to do with being uneducated.
Yes, it does. Because I'm asking you, am I free to go? And now you guys, I know I'm free to go.
Listen, man. You don't see us coming to your side of the pond and telling your cops how to do their jobs, man. So if you know you're free to go, man, go, man. Go. Go about your business, man. What are you waiting for, man? Go, man.
I know I am. And he's free to go. Are you free to go?
I think so.
Yes. You're telling him you can't use the bathroom.
You can't because it's a scenes of crime. You've been
Okay.
explained that, so
Okay.
we did
But
explain that to you, that
exactly,
crime scene
and
is
therefore,
until
and
that's
therefore you've had,
cornered.
and therefore you've had description of whatever the case may be.
No, we've had a description of where it happens. It's alleged to have happened.
Are we free to go?
Can we-
I need to answer now because I'm going to get up and leave.
She will be back and she will let you know.
No, I'm going to get up now and leave.
You
I-
can't wait. What? 2 minutes? Less than
Why
that?
do I have to wait? So I'm lawfully being detained.
Pardon?
Am I unlawfully being detained at this moment?
Not unlawfully, no.
Okay,
You've
so
been
I
asked-
am a free to go.
We've asked you to stay. She a fair thing to.
No,
to
it's
wait.
unfair because you
it's
told this
fair.
gentleman he cannot use the bathroom.
You can't because it's a crime scene.
It is a crime scene, which is
Okay.
what I've explained.
Yes. No, I'm not alright because we're free to. Are we being
No, you're not free to go at the moment.
Okay, well, what's the reason?
Well, we're still investigating what's gone on here. Something's happened. There's an allegation of crime, and we need to work out what's going on.
Okay, do you have a description of those people?
We
of the
do,
crime?
yeah.
Okay, do either one of us fit description? One of
At
us.
the moment, yes.
Okay, so which one needs to go then?
You both need to stay.
Come on, there's a black guy and a white guy here. One of us fit the description.
No, you both need to stay.
Maybe the description is just male. Have you ever thought about that? Sometimes. I wish it wasn't us. I wish it wasn't our people. There were some like this. I know it's not. It doesn't specifically say Black American. It just says American. But yeah, sometimes you wonder why there's stereotypes, right? Hmm. Anyways, it's okay. It's not all of us, okay?
What's it on what grounds?
On what grounds is because we don't know what's going on at the moment.
You need to find out because we
Well,
need
that's
to go.
what we're doing, sir.
All right.
Sir, I promise you we won't keep you here any longer than we need to.
No, it's the fact that they don't want to let him
He's
use his
making it
phone and
worse.
use the bathroom. This is
No.
the only reason why I pulled my camera out.
Well, I've got my camera on as well.
It
so-
doesn't matter about your cameras. My camera is more important than yours.
Absolutely.
All right. So are we being? I'm ready to leave now.
No, you're not going anywhere.
Okay. And are you going to stop me from leaving?
Yes, I will.
On what grounds?
Well, on the grounds that I suspect you might be involved in a criminal matter.
Okay, on a criminal matter. And this gentleman also?
Same.
Okay. What's your name?
It's Sergeant Hall.
And what's your name?
Sergeant Bing.
And your name again?
Jones.
And
Lucy Hawkins.
okay, so you're actually illegally detaining us
No,
right
we're
now.
not illegally detaining you.
I do believe you are
Well,
because
that's fine, sir.
because the simple fact is you have a description of a person.
Added a rank to myself.
There's a white guy and a black guy here, and you're still telling me that one of us is for description. So one of us needs to go.
You both need to stay, sir. Look, I appreciate your frustration.
No, it's the frustration is that the guy wanted to use the bathroom and they didn't even let him use the bathroom. Now, if something happens to his bladder, it's on you guys.
Well, then I'm willing to take it.
You're not allowed to detain anybody from using the bathroom.
Because You just go, like I say,
Yeah,
as soon as
come with me for any toilet, public toilet. I'm going to do myself. When you come
I
back.
was sitting there quietly.
But
I
I
only
need
pulled my
the
phone
money.
out because she didn't want to let him use the bathroom.
Yeah,
we
well,
can
sir,
really get this
she's well within her
more
rights due to the
information,
nature
more
of the
sorted.
allegation.
You cannot stop someone from using the body fluids.
So as
No,
soon
you
as we
cannot.
get that done,
Are you serious? Are you listening? You're telling someone they cannot use the bathroom.
Sir, the nature of the allegation means that we need to keep everyone here. For some reason.
I can't do anything.
I appreciate your frustration. What can I say?
I'm not frustrated. Just that the guy. I'm not. I know I ain't do nothing. That's why I only put this guy here wants to use the bathroom. You guys didn't want to let him use the bathroom.
All right, guys. So quickly,
You can pee right there, I guess. Or be an adult and hold it for a couple of minutes.
just to give you a summary, these two gentlemen were stopped by police as they suspected them of being involved in a criminal incident. As investigation was taking place, as the police were gathering evidence and information in regards to the incident, one of the suspects asks whether he can use the toilet. The police officers tell him that at that moment he could not use the toilet, he would have to hold it essentially. And this is where the gentleman with the camera, the American gentleman, steps in, brings out the camera, and tries to record the altercation for his purposes. I hope you've enjoyed this. Smash a like, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Well, I want to know what happened afterwards. Like, yeah, how long did they have to stay? Um, yeah, that guy was just so defensive for whatever reason. Either he was guilty or for egotistical reasons. Or he was just, being defensive overly because of traumatized American police system. One of those. That was waste of time. Okay, that was like the whole situation was a waste of time. This could have been super fast done, but the freaking questioning and like can we go and all that was just annoying. But anyways, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they're wrong, the police, right? Or maybe let me know if you are like on the police side, on the camera guy side. Let me know. That would be an interesting um comment to read. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye.